So the origin of BuzzFeed is really about 8 years ago. Jonah Peretti, the founder, was working at the Huffington Post. He was one of the founders of the Huffington Post. And at the time, they were focusing on search as a way to build their site. They were focusing on SEO to get as many people looking at the Huffington Post as possible. And Jonah felt that this was fine, but he predicted that in the immediate future, media would be based more on people sharing content rather than searching for it. And so he set up BuzzFeed as a lab, effectively, to look at why people share things. And it really blossomed from there. I mean, it started as a sort of tech lab, and it's now transformed into this incredible, very large global media organization with still with tech teams, but also with editors and video producers, and social media people and all those sorts of things. The founding principles really focusing on creating content that's good enough that consumers are not just going to look at it, but are also going to choose to share it with their friends. We feel that there are several reasons why we have focused on creating content rather than just running banner ads. The first is that banner ads don't work very well for marketers. In order for a banner to have any impact, you need to buy billions of them. But as a creative output, they're just not very interesting. People don't stand around and say, have you seen that incredible homepage takeover that Yahoo did or anything like that. It's not very interesting. So that's one thing. For publishers, it's also not a very good monetization strategy. There's not much value in offering access to audience. So most push marketing is about access to audience. It's about a media company getting a lot of attention and to their site, so lots of people looking at what they're doing, and then having a sales team that go out and say, put your logo here, we will access the people you're trying to reach. But as we've moved into the age of digital, access to audience isn't very compelling. Google can give you much bigger and better access to audience. Facebook can give you much bigger, much better access to audience. So if you're a publisher, you need to do other things for brands. You need to create stuff. You need to optimize it. You need to distribute it. So yeah, we feel like it's not very interesting for brands, but also conversely, it's not a very strong value proposition as a media company. Yes, I think it's definitely possible if they focus on doing stuff for brands. So the secret is the realization that they're going to have to work harder for brands. They're not going to need to destroy the commercial editorial divide. That's absolutely sort of crucial, and we never suggest doing that. But we do think that media companies need to offer more than just put your logo here. They need to create things and as I said, sort of optimize them, distribute them, all those sorts of things. So they focus on that. Yes, there's some good lessons to be taken from BuzzFeed. If they try and do what some other publishers are doing, which is think that the secret is abandon their sort of editorial voice and adopt a BuzzFeed editorial voice, so start doing lists and quizzes and cat things and stuff like that, I don't think that's very compelling. I think you're just gonna sort of imitating someone else will just mean that you end up being a lesser version of it. So I think, yes, they should imitate our commercial strategy in terms of doing stuff for brands, but no, they don't need to kind of imitate our editorial product. So I think there's going to be sort of. So first of all, I'm not. This is you asked. That question is above my pay grade. But my suggestion is the trend seems to be towards two sort of strands of monetization, which is one, having a very niche, small audience, and you charge them for access to your content, but you realise you're never going to have massive scale because not many people want to pay for things. But that's fine, and it can work very well. Or not charging for content and aiming for massive scale and doing incredible things for brands. But I think you need to be one of the two. So The Economist and the FT are having wonderful success charging for their content, and that's amazing. BuzzFeed and new media companies like Vice are having wonderful success by having big scale and doing things for brands. But I don't think you can be free and just run banner ads. I think that's not a credible, there is no real sort of credible future to that. The future for BuzzFeed is hopefully wonderful. I mean, we took a large round of investment about a month ago from Andreessen Horowitz, which is one of the sort of arguably the most successful tech venture capital company of all time. And we're very excited about video, we're very excited about global expansion, localization. So hopefully it's a wonderful future, and hopefully some surprises up our sleeves for everyone. So at BuzzFeed we have large ambitions across Europe. We're very serious about expanding, and when we heard about what the guys were doing at Hub Forum, we really wanted to be part of it. So we were delighted to be invited to speak, and I'm very happy to say it's been wonderful so far. You've got a great group of people here, lots of interest, lots of conversation. It's a really good conference.